Good morning. So today I go to the cancer center. Um, I need a shot. It's a shot called Lupron that put keep put me into menopause. But the last time I went to the cancer center was on the second, and when I went there, I had to stand behind the red line. I didn't know anything about the red line and all this stuff because I hadn't been there in a while. And so I stood. Okay, thank you. So I stood. So I had walked up to the table, and the lady was like, "Oh, get back, get away." And I'm looking at her like, "What?" She said, "I stand behind the red line." So I stood behind the red line. I, but then I thought about it. Let me just move all the way back. Cause I don't want to be near her, just like she don't want to be near me. The way she's acting, it was two white ladies, so I backed all the way up to the wall. And then she was like, "Oh no, you don't have to go that far. You don't have to go that far back. Just come up." And I was like, "No, thank you. I'm fine here." So I answered her questions, to ask you, have you been out the country? Are you sick? Do you have this and that symptom? And I told him no, and I went on about my business and went to the sign in at the receptionist part so I could see the radiation doctor. So after I went to that appointment, I was feeling kind of down because he was telling me, oh, that I needed radiation and that they didn't see any cancer right now, but didn't mean that it wasn't in my cells. That it was. Let me see how to explain this. It doesn't mean that the cancer cells is not and floating around in my body. So I need to get this radiation to prevent the cancer from coming back later, because I didn't meet the criteria for a case study, because the cancer was not just in my breast, but it was in my lymph nodes. So he was saying that I needed to have radiation, and I would have to have it every day for 5 weeks. And before I could do it, I would have to complete physical therapy, because my arms and my hands are swollen like this. I don't know if you can see it, but my left hand is real swollen. It went down a lot, but it's still swollen, and it hurts. I can't even bend it all the way. So, so I have to do that because I have to hold my arms. I have to have physical therapy so I can be able to bend my arms over my head so that they can do the radiation. So that's where I'm at now. But he was saying that if I didn't have the radiation and I just waited and the cancer just happened to come back, then my life will be shortened because there wouldn't be nothing that they could do for me. So that's the next step. So, like I said, after I talked to the doctor, I went in the waiting room, was waiting for my cab so I could go home. And I was sitting in that outside of the receptionist office, like a big old hallway. I was sitting there waiting for the cab, and I watched all these white people come walking into the building. And they just walked right up to the table, and the lady didn't tell them to move back or none of that stuff, and I felt offended, but I didn't say nothing. Usually, I would go off, I would cuss somebody out, but I was like, you know what, I'm not going to do that, because then they'll probably try to kick me up out of here, and then I have to find another doctor, and then it'll be just a bunch of shit. So I didn't say nothing, but I watched all these white people walk up in there and walk straight up to the table. They was getting tissues and masks and all that type of stuff. They didn't even offer me a mask. So I went home. I didn't say nothing. And I went home. And I was home about 15 minutes before my social worker had called me. And she was telling me that she wasn't allowed to see any patients because of the COVID-19. And that's why she was calling me. And now, so I told her what had happened. And she said that, I told her that I was very offended because I'm a black woman. And I don't appreciate nobody being doing racist stuff. I felt like they were being racist. Even though I understand that I needed to move back, I had no problem with that. But it's the way she was talking to me, and then she just let these white people just walk up in there and didn't tell them to go back behind the red line. That's not fair. Don't treat me different because I'm black. I got cancer just like the rest of them. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand that. So she told me that she didn't blame me for being upset because she would have been upset too if it would have happened to her. And she gave me the number to the administrator, their administrator, and I called the administrator and I talked to him, and he told me that he was sorry that had happened and that he would take care of it. So we'll see what's going to happen today. We'll see. I don't know, but I'm about to get ready to go. See y'all later.